There is nothing in this bill that prohibits the Teachers Education Association from collecting their dues. Nothing.
Gregory, are you trying to tell me I'm insane?
This isn't about supporting an organization or not. We're clearly targeting teachers, and we're clearly targeting an organization. To be frankly clear, this organization endorsed my opponent, but that doesn't make it right to target them. Consistency is right, and what's right is right.
We are linking up issues that don't have any business being linked up. These are really different conversations. Pitting some groups of teachers against other groups of teachers is not good practice. It's not good leadership. This is, catching up on work that we should have done while punishing the folks who've been most active in pushing us to do it. And that's frankly shameful, and we shouldn't do it.
While I support teacher salaries, I hate to have to be forced to vote for the bill at the expense of teacher unions. I do not agree with the part of the bill that attacks teachers' unions.
Combining the salaries with the dues are just two separate issues that can be dealt with in separate legislation. Whether that's a good thing to do or not, we can debate that issue. It seems like we're getting a lot of bills combining two separate entities. And
these are separate issues, and it should be a separate bill.
Administration believe in local control?
Yes, sir.
I would assume the administration is fully aware that right now this is a local choice. So can you kind of clarify we're trying to take away local choice because I'm guessing it's because the administration believes public policy and not the locals making their own policy, that we need to force our policy from Nashville onto them?
When we think about time and treasure at districts, their focus on educating kids, we believe that this is something that could be better done by the teachers' organizations themselves.
Does the administration believe that the LEAs can handle this themselves and manage their own time and make sure that time is well spent on educating kids and on administrative?
In this instance, we believe that this is not a good use of district time or resources.
We feel like we know better than you, and you don't need to spend your time on this. Is that a fair assessment?
I would consider this an item that frees up the district's time to focus on other things.
Members, clearly, this legislation is asking us to vote for a pay raise for teachers and also a vote against local control. My amendment simply deletes Section 2 and continues what is happening now with our LEAs. Each have their own policies regarding this. I tell people all the time, when they come to me, if you have a problem with your school board, go talk to your director, go talk to your school board members. They're elected. Let them make those local decisions. I can't understand why we want to do this to teachers. They get paid once a month. It's convenience for them. We battled this out last year. It could not stand on its own. All I ask is that something that is this controversial, that it's removed, it's brought back on its own, given a chance to stand on its own in order if we're going to target these groups. And that this is such a good bill, to add something as good as this core of this bill is, add something this controversial to it, to me is not right. I tell my constituents all the time at home, we do things the Tennessee way. This legislation in this form, to me, reeks of Washington politics. I have to say it on the record, it bothers me, but I think there's a better way to do it, and I think we're better than that in Tennessee to do this and have this stand on its own. This is clearly heavy-handed, inconsistent government. I would ask that you vote for smaller government and trust in our local elected officials and vote for the amendment.
But with the second part of this bill being there to prohibit dues deductions, it makes it look like we're up to something else. I would like for it to be a clean bill so that we get credit for helping teachers. I don't want to spend all that money and then be accused of spending it in order to stick it to unions. So I'm going to vote for the amendment.
Representative Ritchie.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For this particular amendment, I request a roll call vote.
One second.
No
we get in the weeds very quickly all the time here. All we're saying is we have an interest to make sure that the $1 billion extra for TISA, the $300 million more in payroll, that money is being focused on the teachers and the educational outcomes of our kids. Nothing in this is heavy-handed or skullduggery where we're trying to go after somebody. All we're saying is that the TEA cannot collect their dues to be used in different ways. So I'll be voting against this amendment, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.